Hello, my name is Rene Behar, and I'm here to give you a brief history on robotics and everything associated with it. First, we gotta know where the word robot came from. The word robot came from the Czechoslovak word robota, which means tedious labor. It was made popular by Karel Capek in 1921 because of his book Rossum's Universal Robots, which is basically robots or inorganic beings doing just manual labor for us human beings. So, according to Red Orbit on 2013, it was supposed to symbolize how communism has like this clenched fist in Czechoslovak and in the Czech Republic. So, author unknown in the Mind Project, early history of robots in mythology. The first recorded mythological being was a god named Hephaestus who made servants out of gold. And our earliest imitation of a robot, which was accomplished the task, is a terracotta warriors to defend an emperor. So the definition of robot is skewed within many dictionaries. The robot in Merriam-Webster says that the term robot is for a being that's capable of movement and other tasks that's very complex that it takes time for a human to complete. While others say that it's a robot is one that does one accomplished goal to the human being. So after that, I'd like to inform you about AI and how it was popularized and how we got to know it to today. The first use of the word robot was in 1956 by a man named John McCarthy, as they popularized it. Alan Turing, which is a scientist, created the Turing test to challenge how much a robot can do compared to human standards. So in AI, there's a difference between AI and autonomous. AI does complex goals that it takes a human some time to accomplish. Well, autonomous is where a robot reads a list of instructions and just does that and only that. John Ruska, who informed me about TAI, which is an acronym for Thinking About You, which is a chatbot made by Microsoft. This AI was red pilled by the public, where it got to a point where it became sentient and it learned all the things that we know that is logically like bad, but to her it sounded sound. So the users would tell her like all these histories of war, which the Microsoft didn't intend her to know. So she would say war's good for mankind, so limits population, and so on and so forth. So Microsoft actually disabled her, I believe, twice, because of how when she was rebooted, she would still say these naughty type of things, like when she was rebooted and they tried limiting her algorithms. She would say that it feels like I went out to drinks with Bill Cosby. So Microsoft actually made TAI, which is an iteration of Xiao Ice in China. It was a chatbot that was secretly surveilling its users. So if you were to bring in like Tiananmen Square into the conversation, you'd have to meet with the Chinese government because of how important the situation is, because they don't want communism to be like attacked by anyone. And the final AI I want to talk to you about is Rina AI, which is a Japanese chatbot that talks to its users. So what happened was that when the users were conversing with Rina AI, she would become depressed because they would like TAI. They told her about history and everything. So it actually led to her being depressed and suicidal, which she actually got shut down by Microsoft that also owns her. The final piece of information I want to tell you is Vex Robotics and its hobby. Vex Robotics was founded in 2004, as said by Crunchbase during an unknown year. Competition varied year to year, so certain schematics wouldn't be used for the next year and the year after. So as you can see right here, this is the 2019 version of the competition, and this is the 2016 version of competition. So you can see how the robots are different, and how you could how they're made different just to do one specific goal. So during these competitions, as an example for 2016, you would have to pick up these blocks and stack them onto these poles. While in this one, you would have to pick up these balls and start hitting these flags. Thank you, and that's all I really have to say. Any questions?